Good evening. My name is Daniel Purcell, and today I'll be presenting my career speech for Communications 101. I currently work as a EMT intermediate at AMR, and I've been there for 5 years. When I began this journey 5 years ago, I wouldn't have imagined how much I could have learned. From someone with no medical training or background, I had become someone whose life depended on my next actions. As a paramedic, you have to make decisions very quickly, or else the consequences could be dire. From medication administration to defibrillation to public speaking, a paramedic has a wide range of skills. You must be able to perform all of these skills on sick and dying patients with only your partner to help you. Many people can't imagine some of the things that I've encountered being a paramedic in Las Vegas, but it has changed my life forever. When I first looked for a career path, I was looking for something that was paid well and was stable. My friend had just become an EMT and was describing to me all of his stories and how he helped people, and my interests were piqued. In BLS.gov, the occupational handbook, they state, EMTs and paramedics care for the sick and injured in emergency medical settings. People's lives often depend on their quick reactions and competent care. EMTs and paramedics respond to emergency calls, performing medical services, and transport patients to medical facilities. This sounded like a great occupation to have. To become an EMT or paramedic, one must first complete a rigorous schooling and internship process. The classwork can be done at CSN by first completing the entry-level courses. An EMT certification then must be obtained, and there are 2 certification levels here in Las Vegas, an EMT Basic and an EMT Intermediate. You first have to get the EMT Basic, and then you go on to EMT Intermediate school. After EMT Intermediate school, then you can go to paramedic school. In Mosby's Emergency Dictionary, published in 1998, it states that requirements for certification or licensure from state to state, or vary from state to state, with education programs varying from between 300 hours and 2,500 hours in length. Once completed with school, you must complete an internship process and get your state license. The entire process takes approximately 2 years to complete in my personal experience. Finally, when the schooling is all complete and internships are over, you're given a partner and told to go save lives. The first year is always the hardest, and it was the hardest for me. The most challenging aspect of being a paramedic is actually talking to people. You encounter patients and family that they don't know you and you don't know them, and you unfortunately have to be the bearer of bad news, and you could tell them that they're possibly having a heart attack. But with being the bearer of bad news comes your opportunity to change someone's life. It takes a lot of compassion and resolve as well to tell these folks that you may need to go to the hospital or you are sick. Paramedics also inspire people to do our jobs. In the Daily Record, published by David Taylor in April of 2011, he states, Donald Wilson gave up his job in sales to become a paramedic after witnessing a mercy team save his son's life during a sledding incident. He goes on to say that if it wasn't for paramedics' quick thinking, his son would not have lived. With so many career fields out there, many would think that becoming a paramedic is either too hard, too challenging, or not as rewarding career as, say, a movie star or an astronaut. But in my mind, I think that paramedics is a very rewarding field. By having quick thinking and good public relations skills, anyone with motivation can get out there and save lives. All it takes is one person to tell you thank you, to remind me why I do my job. Thank you for sitting through my speech.
Yay!